Almost all of us use the internet to do everything from shop to stay in touch with family and friends. And these days with the pandemic, that is even more true. But do you realize how much of your privacy you may be giving up? It's a lot. 3 News Now investigator Jeff Van Sant looks at your online identity and what you can do to protect it.
The world is connected. Everything we do, say, shop for, most of us don't even think twice about it. But our data, who we are, is out there in the ether.
So we don't know generally how much of our data that we're giving away, but we are giving away quite a bit of it.
Dr. Maggie Hall is an assistant professor at UNO in the College of Information Science and Technology.
The more we need the internet to do everything that we do, we're in a pandemic, we're having this conversation over Zoom, right? The more you have to be willing to give up some rights to your data.
Amazon, Spokio, Netflix, Uber, Google, they all collect your data, even asking for your permission, usually in the form of the terms and condition. And let's be honest, who really reads that?
Except I don't read it. Nope.
So you don't look at the fine print on there?
No, and I mean, I know I should, but hey, universe, not doing that.
Hit agree, and your data begins its journey, building up, creating a sort of profile of you. That data is sold as a commodity, just like fresh produce. Your data is plucked, and it's off to the market.
Good numbers say there are about 200 of these information brokers that are pretty active and common. About 12 of those, maybe 20, will give you some sort of opt-out process, but remember, it's against their business model.
I've thought about this a lot, but I feel like when it does come up that I'm supposed to read over it, I don't have time to read at all. So I'm like, yes,
Coming at the worst time.
I accept, and like your point of like, should I read it? Probably, but somebody already has my data now, so it's already out there.
And don't feel ashamed. The terms and condition is written in such a complicated way, the average Joe might struggle.
I saw some research once that said that the average terms and conditions is written at the level of somebody who has had 18 years of schooling, I think it was.
The United States is behind the curve when it comes to data protection. We don't really have a major law or protection in place, except for the Federal Trade Commission, who has some power to protect consumers from deceptive practices, say from telemarketers. The European Union, on the other hand, implemented a general data protection regulation in 2018.
It is effective at making consumers feel more empowered. I feel like I have the right to delete my data when I'm in the EU, as opposed to the United States, where I know that I don't because my data is a commodity.
It can all sound so scary, and it really can be. Data breaches can happen. Just recently, some using Instacart claim they had their data breached. But for the most part, your data isn't abused, but built into a business model. Opting out is a non-starter, unless you want to live off the grid. If you want to take, you have to give.
If we want to maintain all of these free services that make our lives so much easier, then we're going to have to give something up.
The best defense, don't open your world to everyone on social media, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Lock it all down.
You have the rights and the abilities to choose to whom you broadcast any message that you put on Facebook, and you should choose to curate that list.
Keep it in mind, your data is out there. Try to be smart on what you share. I know it's a lot to ask, but consider reading the terms and conditions. You might not want to proceed. Jeff Van Sant, 3 News Now.